welcome to another episode of Spoiling the Dead with your host, me, J. Stone. So, just gotta say right off the bat that it's a way better episode than any of the ones in the past. So you might have heard the music doubling down there, so might have been a little confusing there for a second, but the music coming through the mic and the monitors and all that shit, so it was just a flick of the switch. But the episode is much better than the first two. It's definitely picking up pace, so I'm glad to see that. It's making it easy to stick with. Like I said in the last episode, we already know what's going on, so it's like, come on, motherfucker, you shouldn't be in the window with a flashlight. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to sit through it. It's like you want to yell at the fucking TV screen. So it didn't record for me, and it started. I woke up a little late because I'm in a transition schedule at work. So I had to watch the replay. I just caught the very end. I could have watched it 6 minutes into it, but I don't know. I thought it was recording, so I was just going to watch it and skip through the commercials so I could start the show a little earlier. But in any case, that didn't happen. So next week, the show is going to be much later because I'm not going to be home in time to watch it, so I still have to get home, set everything up here, and then start to watch the show, and then basically make my notes after that. And then I can start the show. So it's going to start probably approximately 1 a.m. somewhere around there. So keep checking Facebook and whatnot to see what time the show is going to be next week. I hope the episodes keep moving forward like this one. Travis, the dad, the ex-wife, and Madison, and all of this shit. But the dad's a real pussy with the gun. So you can see what's starting the trend here. I mean, you're gonna have to learn. You know how I feel about it. It's stupid stuff like that. It's like, come on, you see what's going on here. You're well aware something really bizarre is coming, and it's not like you never heard of a zombie apocalypse just because it's happening there. So, like, what I'm trying to say is, like, there must have been movies about it already, so you would have some idea that hell is breaking loose and you want to learn about guns and shit. I just don't understand where they think they're going to go. They want to leave, but yet all of the shit is going on around them. Don't you think you would be safer trying to find a safer place right around there, or barricading yourselves in the house right now? It's just one of those. It's just one of those weird things, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to get a grasp on it, but it's got to move forward. You know, the dad's a real tool, so I don't understand where he's getting his way of thinking. But I know he wants to try to make everybody safe, but then the wife is gonna kill the neighbor with a hammer because she was infected and she's already dead, and then the husband comes home because all flights are canceled. Now this is one of the neighbors, and she's like, don't touch her, and he gives her a hug. You know, you're hugging a rotting flesh. You don't see that there's something wrong, and all this shit is going on. I don't understand how all of these people can drive, but yet when they're driving, you see all of these traffic jams and shit. How are they getting through all of this? His truck was the only one that wasn't burning when they were looting, when they left the barber shop. It's like, stuff like that makes it ridiculous, but in any case, it's still a good show. I'm still following it. This is probably going to be a short show here. There's not really much to go on yet as far as the show. There's not a lot of content, but once we start getting into the meat and fucking testicles, it's going to be a lot better. If you guys want to Skype the show, I know it's hard because you never know what time I'm actually going to be broadcasting this one. It's Rock Metal Talk is the username on Skype. So get with me there. If you want to pre-plan it, email me, jay@rockmetaltalk.com. I know there's people out there that are listening to the show let's get together, get on the air, and let's discuss the shit that's going, because it's hard to sit here by myself and spoil a show as well as it should be spoiled. You know what I'm saying? So you got to try to give me a call or set something up. I know there's fans out there because you people are obviously listening to the show. I know there was only 2 episodes so far, but surprisingly, the show does better than some of the guests I have on. So it's definitely a little bit of a demand there. They're getting downloaded like fuck on iTunes. You guys don't see all the true numbers if you just go on the Spreaker, because there's so many different avenues the stuff is hitting. More so my regular show, there's no affiliates for this one right now. So if you do want to pick up the show, just this one is available for new affiliates. I prefer to let the other ones use it, but they haven't seemed to get the whole concept yet. And why do the show? Why do the show is because I know it aggravates people that I'm out there doing this when there's other mainstream media sites that are going on and talking about the show right after the show as well. But because I have a voice and I'm broadcasting live, it seems to get on people's nerves just a little bit more. And that's the whole purpose of doing the show, is to bring attention to all the other great stuff that's going on the website. So, and it gives me an avenue to talk about, and it gives me a place to keep saying so. I don't know why I'm doing that a lot again. I believe I worked that out previously on my other show. I really wish that some people would call in. There was a couple of people that did schedule a call in that don't follow through, and that's another thing that really gets on my nerves about doing these type of shows. The kid was trying to break into the house, and then the little girl next door seen him in the window. Now, all of this is going on, and this kid's standing there with the window open, and he's trying to break into the house with the bars. I mean, with all the stuff that's going on, what the hell is the difference? What is the kid going to do? Call the cops? You're trying to find pills or trying to get those pills that you need to keep you from going through withdrawals, heroin withdrawals, or whatever the fuck you're on. I'm still trying to figure out where the limp is coming from. That, you know, don't you think that would be something that would be feeling a tad bit better at this point? I mean, you're running on it and doing all of this stuff, but yet when you walk, you got the gimp. I don't know. It's just funny because he's not showing any pain. He doesn't look in any distress, but yet he's still carrying that. I know it's early in the show still, but being the 4th week in, it's kind of distracting to see that he's still limping from getting hit by the car. We already know all of this stuff that, you know, has happened on the regular Walking Dead. I feel like I'm waiting for fucking Daryl to come out. So now I'm just really excited that we're just about 4 weeks away. A little less than a month away from season 6 of The Walking Dead. It's going to be so cool. Just the way they're promoting it is so different, I think, than the last few seasons. I don't know. In between, you know, coming back from Fear the Walking Dead, it makes it really exciting to see the promotion for it and seeing the actors talk about it and stuff. It's a really good idea, and I believe that maybe Fear the Walking Dead is just a little bit more boring to make The Walking Dead stand out even more. If you know where I'm going with that, I mean, like, to build the excitement up, because now you really can't wait for the show to come back. It's just one of those intense promotion things that subliminally get your mind thinking about the real Walking Dead. I feel like, where the fuck's Daryl when all of this is going down, or Michonne with the fucking sword to cut some heads off? I'm very glad it's picking up pace. It's Fear the Walking Dead episode 3. The dog scene was weird. The neighbor fucking hunted down the dog to eat him. I mean, I'm sure he could have found something else to eat rather than fucking getting into. How did he get in the house? I mean, I don't know. That just whole scene was weird. It was very distracting. I don't know if it was just filler to make it through or whatever, but he went into the house to eat the dog. Like, the dog wouldn't have been able to get away from him, or fucking jump on him and push him to the ground. And then they blew the guy's brains out when the people came back to the house and the military came, and they're like, was anybody in this house affected or in contact with it? And they're like, no. But the shit still, what, did they wash the curtains when they blew the fucking zombie's head off, the neighbor? Because the guy from the barbershop came back to the house with them, and that's basically what he did, was when they got back, he was in the house eating the dog and then tried to attack Travis. So he blew the guy's fucking brains out all over the curtains. And then the military comes, and they're burying the dog in the backyard, and they explain that the dog died, and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know. It's just like that. It wasn't as well thought out, like the scripting part of it, I guess, to say, well, the people are going to remember the brains all over the curtains, and then the military comes, and they walk. All they got to do is walk in the house, and then the whole fucking game is going to change, because they're going to take you all in, because you potentially have been infected. And obviously that's what they did with the Chinese lady's husband, because he came in contact with the blood or whatever when they shot her in the head in the backyard when he was trying to give the rotting flesh a fucking hug. They took him away. And she specifically asked, where did you take him? And they're like, well, we're taking him in because he's been in contact. Has anybody in this house been in contact with the blood or infected with it, or however you want to put it at that point? I don't know. It's just weird. The little things. I know it's like saying, oh, who cuts the grass in The Walking Dead and who's taking care of this and that, because all the yards, the grass is always cut and shit, and they always seem to find the car with good gas in it and all of this crap. But with that said, learning from what you did in The Walking Dead to make people bitch all the time, you could have taken the extra step while you're writing a script to say, hey, what if they think of this, or what if, just to avoid a bad story.